On today's video, we head from Bali to the island of Flores. We leave Bali and it's just a short 1-hour flight to Labuan Bajo. And then, as you may know, that's the gateway to the Komodo Islands. But we're flying a little farther east to the east part of Flores to Endy. And while I'm at the airport, I figure, well, why not? Might as well get a foot massage. It's only $12 for an hour. Can't pass that up, but I can pass that up. It's just a short flight from Labuan Bajo to Endy. Our layover was longer than our flights. We're here in Flores, Endy. These are waterfalls. We were picked up at the airport by our guide, Joseph, and his driver, Raymond. And I'd met Joseph actually 13 years earlier when I'd come to the Komodo Islands. And since he was born and raised on the island of Flores, figured he'd be a great guide. We spent the night at Endy before we got up bright and early to hike up Kalamutu. That photo was actually taken on our return, but we hiked up and we got there before sunrise. The sun just starting to peek over the top of the hills, and the three colored lakes changed color between shades of blue, green, red, white, and even black. The color changes of the lake are due to volcanic activity, the release of gases, and the minerals in the water. Mount Kalamutu and this lake is actually the crater at the top of a volcano. Sunrise. Just spectacular getting there in the morning. Beautiful crater. And what you can't see is right to the right of that is another lake. And off to the side, these are all the people that have gathered for sunrise to see the sun come up over the lakes. You can kind of see the other lake right behind it there. As it's getting a little lighter, some of the clouds going across. But as you can see, both lakes are the same blue color right now. Spectacular color, spectacular to see. But I was really hoping to see the dramatic color of red and blue, and not just both looking the same. So I was a little bit disappointed. I guess reason to go back. If you saw that one picture I included, it showed how the color of the lakes has changed over time, from shades of red to green, white, even black. But they're just spectacular to see and be there as the sun comes up, the clouds roll by. Spectacular setting. I'm here with my buddy Kelly Paul, and he was kind of pleasantly surprised to learn that Kelly means mountain in Indonesian. So we called him Kelimoto a lot of the trip in honor of these lakes on top of the mountain. Just a spectacular sight. There's where the two of the lakes are. And then as I walk around, you might be able to get a glimpse of the third lake. Unless you're taking an aerial view, it's hard to get all three lakes in one picture. But that little structure there gave an opportunity for people to climb and view the lakes without other people in their way and to take pictures. And this third lake off to the side there, it's just a little dark and in the shadows, just doesn't really show up. But it looked like it was the same color as the other two lakes. It's a bit of a climb to get up here, and you definitely want to have your flashlight with you, so when you do it, if you're doing it for sunrise, don't forget your flashlight. They claim it's kind of cold to bring a coat, and well, it can be a bit windy, and it is definitely a little cooler. I don't really call it cold. This is a trail we're walking on that we got up there. Just spectacular. And there's Joseph and Kelly. He's alive! It's alive! We headed out on another trail that gives us a different view of the two lakes. This time that lake in the background is in the foreground. Gives some other picture opportunities. And then we climb down and head off to our next destination. Just driving through town is interesting. See a lot of different motor scooters. The roads are crowded. This day happened to be market day. So everyone's got their goods out on the street selling them.
Another little video.
Nice fish. That's the cool thing about travel. Even a mundane drive through the city is interesting because it's so different than from where we're at. But you can see we've arrived at our next destination. This is where we're staying. This is where we'll be spending the night. We each have separate rooms. It's interesting that Kelly and I stay in nice rooms, and Joseph and Raymond have other rooms down below where they stay. Oh, some nice tomatoes.
Tomatoes, carrots, everything.
We're heading to one of the traditional villages on Flores. And to go there, we have to wear a sarong. So there's Kelly and I in our little sarongs. I don't know if that's what they call it or not. But the traditional village has the thatched roofs.
See, these are candle nuts. Macadamia.
Oh, they look
So
like
you have-
rocks.
Yeah, this is the complete form. Before it's got nuts inside.
Yeah, they're good.
You have to
nuts,
dry
too.
it
Yeah. Oh, they're drying them.
Yeah,
and then you break it. Break it.
and then you heat the kind of roast the nut, I think.
Good that he's thinking. Ancient authenticity.
Have you been seeing all the bronzeback skinks, Jer?
No.
You haven't?
Did find a few skinks there, but no real exciting reptiles. And you may think that this is just an old city that's there for tourists. And well, that's all true and factual. People still live there. It's not an abandoned city. Joseph told us all about some of the ceremonies and activities and events that take place there. But I've forgotten most of it. Just interesting to see. My trouble was that my sarong kept coming loose. So I'd stick my hands in my pocket to pull my cell phone out to take pictures, and then my 360 camera. So I had to keep tying it back up.
Did you see the villagers on our left side as we enter the gate of the village? Group of people, community that is cleaning the.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
An interesting place, interesting to see the architecture, how they lay the nuts out to dry. And this lady, she's not smiling there, but once Kelly bought a boar's tooth from her, well, then she was smiling. You can see Kelly had trouble keeping that thing on too. But then we're off to our next place. We went to lunch at the Blue Stone Beach. And yep, it's pretty much what you'd expect. A beach of all blue stones. It's kind of interesting to see. Of course, they collected a lot of those and used them for other things as well. But the beach where we ate was predominantly just all those blue stones. Kind of cool to see. Then along the drive, we saw those water buffalo. Those are all domesticated, not wild ones. You can tell because they have the rings through their nose. There's some of the cattle. But just a beautiful island, and as you drive around, the scenery, just everything's cool to see. Now we've got to our place where we're spending the night. We're spending the night at a cool little place just outside of 17 Island National Park. And they fed us great, and yeah, you get some interesting looking fruit. I love that light bulb just coming straight out of the wire from the ceiling. But 17 Island National Park, one of the things you do there is snorkel. Another thing you do is you get to, there's Armando. I believe that was his name. I've almost forgotten. But the other thing you do is you get to go see some of the giant fruit bats. And while you can't get as close to them as you used to, it's still spectacular to see these giant fruit bats with their wingspans, 5 feet. Here are the bats. If you watch part 1 of my Komodo National Park video, you'll see the fruit bats flying at night. There we are, milk and coffee. That's what Joseph said. I don't know if I like being called milk. But there's Armando. Speaks great English, grew up there, right near the park. Get to see some of the islands, just spectacular. But of course, the cool thing is going snorkeling. I've often said it's like swimming through the aquariums at SeaWorld. The coral, the fish, everything you see. Just amazing. And while there's sea turtles and sharks and other things to see, we didn't see any sharks or sea turtles on this visit. But after you get done snorkeling, they take you to one of the uninhabited islands and have a fish fry. And while waiting for the fish fry, I jumped in to snorkel a little bit by that island, and it was spectacular as well. And since I was only going for a few minutes, I didn't even wear my shirt or hat like I normally do. But I wasn't in too long, and I didn't get roasted, so I survived. Kelly was so excited on the first snorkel trip, he jumped in without his shirt or hat. I think he got a little more sun than he'd hoped for. But it's all worth it, just for the sights you see. Then came back ashore to see the fish frying up. Interesting how they do it. Burn those coconut husks, and then when they're kind of coals, they move them under the fish to finish cooking. And I'll tell you, it tasted good. I don't think I got any videos of it, but it was a great meal. All the food we could eat. And thus ended our first couple days of our cross-country tour through Flores. Stay tuned.